What if art could breathe, grow, and even die? What if a painting wasn't finished when the artist stepped away, but kept changing long after the gallery lights turned off? Welcome to the world of bioart, where living cells become the canvas and biology itself becomes the brush. At first glance, bioart can feel unsettling. Petri dishes filled with colorful bacteria, living tissues shaped into unfamiliar forms. DNA edited not for medicine, but for meaning. Yet behind the shock lies a serious question. Where does science end, and where does art begin?
Behind every moment lies a scientific wonder. I'm Kale, and welcome to SciCurious, where curiosity meets science.
Bioart is a practice where artists work directly with living biological materials, such as bacteria, yeast, plant cells, animal tissue, or even human cells, to create artworks that are alive. These works don't just represent life, they are life. To understand how this is possible, we need to look at the science behind it. In laboratories around the world, scientists routinely grow cells outside the body using techniques called cell culture. Cells are placed in nutrient-rich environments, kept at precise temperatures, and protected from contamination. Under the right conditions, they divide, migrate, and organize themselves. Bioartists borrow these same tools. Instead of asking, how can this cell heal? They ask, what story can this cell tell? One of the simplest forms of bioart uses bacteria as pigment. Certain bacterial species naturally produce vivid colors, reds, yellows, purples. When grown on agar plates, artists can draw, with microbes, arranging growth patterns that slowly emerge over days. The artwork literally grows into existence. More advanced bioart uses tissue engineering. Artists culture living cells on scaffolds made of biodegradable materials, guiding their growth into three-dimensional forms. Unlike sculpture carved from stone, these pieces are fragile, responsive, and temporary. They may change shape, decay, or require constant care to survive. And then there is genetic bioart, perhaps the most controversial of all. Using tools from genetic engineering, some artists alter the DNA of organisms to express new traits. This doesn't mean creating monsters or dangerous life forms, but subtle changes. A fluorescent glow, a modified pattern, or a symbolic genetic message embedded into a living system. At this point, an uncomfortable question arises. Is this ethical? Bioart exists in a space governed by strict laboratory regulations and bioethics frameworks. Many works are created in collaboration with scientists and institutions, following safety protocols designed to prevent harm. Yet ethical debates remain intense. Is it acceptable to manipulate life for artistic expression? Does turning living cells into art reduce life to an object? Bioart doesn't try to give easy answers. Instead, it forces us to confront how casually we already manipulate life in medicine, agriculture, and industry. If we accept genetically modified crops and lab-grown organs, why does bioart feel more disturbing? Perhaps because art speaks directly to emotion. A living artwork makes responsibility visible. If the piece dies, it's not just a failed experiment, it feels like a loss. Another powerful aspect of bioart is time. Traditional art is static. Bioart is temporal. It unfolds. It ages. It responds to its environment. Viewers may see different versions of the same piece depending on when they encounter it. In this way, bioart mirrors life itself, never fixed, always changing. Bioart also challenges authorship. If cells grow according to their own biological rules, who is really creating the artwork? The artist, the organism, or the system they build together? In recent years, bioart has expanded beyond galleries into public discussion, education, and science communication. It helps translate complex biological ideas, like synthetic biology or cellular behavior, into tangible experiences. You don't need a PhD to understand a living artwork that grows, struggles, or fails in front of you. Ultimately, bioart is not about shock value. It's about perspective. It asks us to rethink what creativity means in an age where humans can design life at the molecular level. It reminds us that science is not just technical. It is cultural, emotional, and deeply human. So the next time you see a Petri dish filled with color, ask yourself, is this science pretending to be art, or art revealing the true nature of science? Question for comments. Should there be limits on using living organisms for art? Or does Bioart help us better understand our responsibility toward life itself?
Science is everywhere if you just know where to look. Thanks for watching SciCurious. Until next time.